everyone, I'm Del.
I'm Ita.
And you're watching From Hinge to Hitched. So a little bit of background information on me. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. My parents are from the Cape Verde Islands. So I was raised with that Cape Verdean culture, the food, the music, the language, everything. I'm a super proud Criolla here. I have 3 sisters, and I am a singer-songwriter. When I graduated from Berklee College of Music in 2015, I relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, where I started Music Mentors Atlanta, and I've been here ever since, and I absolutely love it.
A little background info on myself. I was born in Leeds, England. Lived there for 5 years before moving to Oman, which is a country right outside of Dubai. Lived there for 5 years as well before my family and I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. The year was 1999. Started playing football, ended up getting a scholarship to Clemson University.
Ooh.
Shortly after graduation, I became a college football coach for about 8 years or so. And currently now, I still work in sports and project management dealing with fitness.
So my first impression of Ita was definitely like, first of all, I was like, why is this man's name Etta? I was just confused because it's spelled E-T-T-A. And I was like, okay, that might be a little unique, or that just might be ghetto. Like, I really didn't know. I really was confused. But then, so I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the Hinge app, but it does offer a little bit of, demographical information. So obviously I saw that he was Black or African American. I did not know at that time that he was actually West African like me. But I saw his tattoos, which I loved. He had a picture in the gym, and he had a real nice lineup, and his beard was looking fresh. I just basically was attracted to him physically. I was. I saw that he's 6'5", which was perfect for me because I'm 5'10", so I like tall guys. Apart from that, just surface. I was like, okay, he's cute, he's tall. I didn't know that he played at Clemson at that time either, because you didn't really have that on your profile. He had that he was a Clemson fan, yeah, but you didn't say that you played football.
Right.
Yeah, so I didn't know that. I was really just kind of just going based off what he looked like.
When I first saw Dale's profile, first picture I saw she had was short blonde hair, and I saw a bunch of tattoos, not a bunch of tattoos, but I saw a few tattoos. So me having tattoos as well, that interested me a lot. So I kept swiping over and I saw some other pictures, and the thought that I got was she's kind of artsy, kind of geeky a little bit, but for some reason that just attracted me. I knew there was something different about her. She wasn't the average woman that I'm used to seeing on a regular basis. So that kind of drew me in a little more. And, I noticed that she was into music. Me being Nigerian, music is very important in our culture. And, I was hoping that we could connect from that point on. Obviously, the looks attracted me. She was 5'10", and me being 6'5", obviously I wanted to find somebody that was close to my height. I don't have a preference, but 5'10" is definitely attracted to me. The day we matched, if I remember, was June.
We always be arguing about this.
It was June 1st, I think.
No, it was May. I told you. Don't make me go. I actually deleted the app.
I did too.
So, all right. Anyway,
it might have been May 31st that we matched, but our first actual thread started June 1st.
Okay.
Because I was out of town with a friend, and I came back to Atlanta June 1st. And
your friend? Oh, I remember. Okay, yeah.
And, from there, that's when we started talking.
Okay. So we're going with June 1st.
June 1st.
All right.
That's the official date.
All right. That's the day we started talking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when we started talking, it's actually really funny because I was mad rude to it.
She was.
I'm sorry. I was, like I said, I was just kind of over dating. So I'm like, oh my God, here's another guy from Atlanta. these Atlanta guys all be the same. Like, I've explained to them that I'm Cape Verdean. They're like, what's that? Cambodia? Like, where is that? And I just didn't want to go through it again.
But
Yes, but
when we first started talking, she also said that she was getting ready to move to Miami because she was looking for more culture. So
absolutely.
the moment she said that, a light bulb went off in my head.
Like, going for the kill.
I was like, okay, this is my chance to tell her exactly where I'm from. You know, I was born in England, come from a Nigerian family, so I'm Nigerian, British, and I lived in Oman, so that's 3 different countries. I was like, how much more culture can somebody be?
True.
So of course I presented that to her, and she fell for it. So as we continued our conversation on Hinge, one day she randomly just said, you know, I don't want to waste time. I can't really catch a vibe with anybody through texting. So
I'm not a texter. I hate texting.
So she said, I'll FaceTime you. I said, cool. So I called her, actually called her that first day, and we ended up talking for about 2 hours, which was surprising because by the time I got off the phone, I had no idea it was that long. You know, so definitely slept well that night, and
Okay, you was feeling yourself.
was excited for, you know, I was just excited and eager to wake up the next day and talk to her some more. So, you know, we woke up, we kind of, you know, chatted a little bit here and there. And before the night was over, she actually called me again, which was surprising. I was like, man, I said, she must like me. She's calling me. Normally, you know,
I was trying to feel you.
You know how it goes. Normally, the man pursues the woman and is kind of, you know, leading that route. But I was not mad at all. So I answered again. We talked for another 2 hours, and that same routine ended up continuing for about 2-3 days.
Nah, it was 1 week.
Well, what's your start on it?
Well, it was 1 week.
1 week?
We FaceTimed for 1 week straight, basically.
Yeah.
And the first few days, I did take initiative, and I called him because I had this new mentality, y'all. I was tired. I was like, listen, I'm not doing this online dating anymore. I'm going to figure out if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. And I felt that I would be able to figure out if it was going to work within like the first 72 hours. Mm-hmm. And I did.
I'm not complaining. You know, it worked out. It definitely worked out. After about a week, I kept saying, when we're going to hang out in person.
Oh, yeah. You know, he was really pressing the issue. I was like,
I was like, okay, you called me a couple of times. You must be feeling each other. So let's actually meet in person. She kind of gave me the runaround for about 2-3 days, kept saying she had stuff to do. So obviously in my head, I'm saying, is this really happening, or is this just a fantasy, or what?
But I wasn't about to invite him over. I mean, not that I didn't want to. I just felt like it might not be the most appropriate thing. But I mean, that's what ended up happening.
It happened because she mentioned that she liked to cook a lot.
Did I lie?
She did not lie. So I kept asking if she would cook for me one night, She wouldn't, but I ended up picking up some Impossible burgers, mm-hmm. which I'm not a vegan, but she is. And I'm not complaining about it though. The burger was good, and that was the first time we actually met in person.
Yeah. And so he brought the Impossible burgers over. I mean, I do love to cook, and I started cooking for him like shortly after. But I mean, it was cool that you brought dinner. You were like, you offered to bring dinner, mm-hmm. and then we watched a movie. And I mean, I feel like we kind of just clicked instantly.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I was actually a little nervous.
I was nervous till I had a glass of wine.
Right, and then we were like, all right, it's over. Y'all know I love my Merlot. But then he ended up sleeping over on the first night. How thoughty.
So I finally got her to agree to go out on the first date with me, despite all the pandemic issues going on.
And I'm a homebody, so
right.
I don't like going anywhere.
And knowing that she's a vegan, I had to find a restaurant that was going to make her comfortable. You know, I know a lot of steakhouses in Atlanta, but she doesn't eat steak, so I had to make sure that she was comfortable. That was going to be part of the way I was going to woo her. So I did a lot of research, asked some friends, looked on the internet about any decent vegan restaurant I could find. Couldn't really find anything until I found a restaurant by the name of The Consulate.
Amazing.
Nice restaurant. It was actually I can't remember exactly where it is.
It's in Midtown.
Yeah, that's
I think
right.
it's like on 10th Street.
Midtown, right off of 10th Street. But yeah, you can explain how.
I love the consulate. It was amazing. We had cuisine from Madagascar. They had a very wide array of wines, which I love wine. It's just the ambiance was amazing. Love the decor. I'm like big, into decor. It was just a great time. It's actually kind of like a museum in there. They have some artifacts like on the wall. The music was great. They were playing jazz that night, which is my favorite music.
And to top off, we had probably the nicest table section in that restaurant for that night.
It was perfect. It was perfect, for sure. So that was our first date, and that was really the beginning of this